Hi everyone, this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. What you're looking at is the very first Halloween costume I ever made for my daughter. She was 2 years old when she wore this. She looked so cute and she got a ton of candy. I also made another costume when she was about 5, but we couldn't find it. But this I made when she was about 7 years old. It was a pretty witch costume that I got out of one of the pattern books. She also looked so cute in this little dress, and again, she got a lot of candy. What I'm going to demonstrate in this video is how to make a trick-or-treat bag. This is really easy. I'll give you several options, so let's take a closer look. You can make this bag out of just one fabric, 2 fabrics, with or without the applique design on the front, and it won't take you very long to make it all. I encourage you to get the children involved in this. Let them help pick out the fabric and maybe even do some of the stitching. So let's get started. To cut the fabric out for the bag, fold the fabric together with selvage edges together. Then you're going to cut and straighten out this edge right here. So pull the raw edge past one of the lines on your cutting mat. Line up your ruler up here as well as down here at the bottoms. You want to make sure it's nice and straight so your bag is not twisting and turning. So go ahead and trim this edge. Then, do not move the fabric. Move your ruler over 10.5 inches. And again, line up that ruler. And then once you've got it straight, then go ahead and cut your fabric. Here's my folded edge. I'm going to count over 12.5 inches from the folded edge and make my last cut. So get your ruler all lined up and then cut. From the piece that you just cut off, you're going to cut a little piece of interfacing. So line up your ruler on a line and you're going to go over 2.5 inches, okay, and cut your 2 interfacing strips. To cut the straps, again, leave your fabric folded, selvage edges together, and cut just one strip out that is 2.5 inches wide. Take the strip, and we're going to trim the selvage edges off. So make sure your ruler is straight on the edge here, the lines on your ruler, and cut. Now go to the folded pressed area. You can see where it's folded in half here, and you're just going to cut this in half. Then the last piece to cut is to cut out a 10.5 inch square. Take your 10.5 inch square, and at each side here, on opposite sides, fold the edges over and press. Then fold this in half and press. Take it, open it up, and you're going to put this folded line on top of this fold line so everything matches up. Go ahead and place pins to hold it together and place it on 4 sides. So pin along here and here. Then stitch close to the folded edge here, all the way down the side, over to this edge, and back up. I'm going to demonstrate how to make the little applique for the front of the bag. This is an option. You don't have to do this step, but draw any shape that you want. The easiest for me was a little witch hat. You could draw the shape of a skeleton, a ghost, a skull, or just cut out an action figure from the child's favorite action figure cartoon, whatever they like to do. So whatever you've traced out, trace it on to your fusible web paper. Now some fusible web has blue grid lines. That's my favorite. But this does not. This has plain paper on the front and back. So make sure you read your package to see which is the side you need to draw on. After you've traced around it, then go ahead and cut at least 1/4 inch away outside of your drawn lines. After cutting it out, now you want to go to the back and remove the paper off of the back side. As you're removing it, make sure that the other sheet is tacky and sticky, the side that has the drawn lines on it. So go ahead and pull that off. After removing the paper, have the back side of your fabric facing up. Take your applique pattern and finger press it down onto your fabric. Then take a pair of scissors and cut right on the drawn lines. Take your bag and you're going to place your applique design up on this side of the bag. Now you can do this on both sides of the bag or just one. I'm doing it on just one side. You now remove the paper from the back. If you have a hard time getting it to lift off, just take a straight pin, score the paper, bend it, wait for a piece to pop up, and then begin removing it off of the back. Take your time, then place it anywhere you want. You can place it halfway over. Let me move this up. Your fabric at the bottom and the fabric at the top. Then finger press it down real good. At your ironing board, or do this on a thick pressing mat like I have, take a damp cloth and place it over it. Now also, follow your package instructions. They vary slightly from brand to brand, so read it just to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information for whatever product you're using. So make sure this is damp. Take a hot iron with steam, and you're going to set it down and give it a burst of steam and hold it anywhere from 12 to 15 seconds. After that amount of time, then lift and move it again until you have it all covered. You want to keep doing this. After you are done, I suggest that you let the applique cool down before you begin doing any kind of stitching on it. The next step is really simple. You're going to do just a simple zigzag stitch around the edges just to keep them from fraying or coming apart during use. You can do a satin stitch if you want, but if all you have is a zigzag stitch on your machine, that's all you need to do. Keep the center of the presser foot right over the edge, and that's where you keep it as you're stitching. I recommend that you put some thin paper, so put that behind there and then do whatever stitching you want around the edge. After your stitching is all done, just go ahead and tear the paper off of the back. Fold both pieces for the straps in half and press. Take each side and fold it in towards the center and press it all the way down the full length. Then take the other side, fold it towards the center, and press so that when you're done, it's looking like this. Here's the fabric that's folded over. Okay, now fold it in half and press. Then stitch alongside close to the edge all the way down the full length, and again do both straps like this. On both of your facing strips, fold the edge over 1/4 inch and press. Fold it again 1/4 inch and press. Then, at your sewing machine, stitch next to the folded edge all the way across, and make sure you do it on both pieces of your facing. Place the straps and the inner facing over the outside of the bag at the top edge. Place your straps in this way, anywhere from 2.5 to 3 inches. Put your inner facing over it and stitch a 1/4 inch seam up along this edge. Go to your ironing board and press the interfacing out this way. Let me turn this over so you can see what I've done. Press the seam towards your facing strip. Then you're going to stitch on the interfacing close to the seam, but not in the seam. It's not a stitch in the ditch, but just stay maybe 1/8 inch away from that seam. Have your straps tucked inside and have the facing pulled straight out at both ends. Fold the back in half and match up your seams attaching the facing. Place pins all along the edges. And this next step is going to depend on how you want to finish your raw edges off. If you have a serger, then I would do at least a 1/2 inch seam so that when you run it through the serger, you don't destroy your seam line. Or if you do not have a serger, I recommend just about a 1/4 inch seam along here, 1/4 inch, and then either do a zigzag stitch over the raw edges or whichever kind of edging stitch you might have on your sewing machine. Pull the handles out of the bag. Fold the facing over as you see here. Place pins all around the edge. From the top edge of the bag, come in about 1/8 inch and stitch all the way around the top edge of the bag. When you come to a strap, double stitch over the straps to secure them. For more novelty sewing projects, play this video till the very end where you will see a green screen and then click on the links. I hope you liked this video. If you did, would you please click on thumbs up and then click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then click on the subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Click on the little bell and then enter your email address so you receive future email notifications about my latest video. If you're not receiving those notifications, go to your cell phone or iPad, go to settings, and set the notifications button in the on position. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny. So glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time, and happy sewing!